In this lecture, we will learn what is a database table and how to create and use a database table. A database table consists of systematically structured vertical columns or fields and a horizontal rows or records. Each column represents a property of the atom, while each row represents an atom. The cell is the unit where a column and row intersect. Data elements or values are stored in a cell. A database table has a specified number of columns, but it can have any number of rows. A single database must contain a unique table name, while in multiple databases, the same table name can exist in another database. To start working on tables, we must first select the existing database, and the SQL statement to select an existing database is use school. Here school is the database name we will create. The SQL statement to display the existing tables inside the selected database is show tables. This SQL statement will return all the existing tables inside the selected database. Here is an example SQL statement to create a new table. The given SQL creates a new table called students with the given columns and their data types. The SQL statement to get the structure of a table is describe students. Here student is the table name. And the SQL statement to delete a table is drop table students. Now let's learn with some practical examples. Here I have logged in my MySQL database server using my root username and password. Let's display the existing databases using SQL statement show databases. If you followed along with the previous lecture and deleted the school database, create the database again. But if you already have the school database, no need to create the database again. In my case, you can see I already have school database. In case if you have not created the database, the SQL statement to create a new database is create database school. Here school is the name of our new database. Since I already have created database, it gave an error, can't create database school, database already exists. Type show databases to confirm the new database is created. I already have the school database. Before creating the table, make sure to select the database using SQL statement use school. First, display the existing tables in our school database using SQL statement show tables. Since we have no table in our new database, the MySQL didn't return any result. So let's create a new table. The SQL statement to create a new table is create table students left bracket, and to display the statement neat and clean, I will hit enter and type on new line id int not null primary key first name varchar 40 characters long not null comma last name varchar 40 character long, not null. Class varchar 20 characters long, not null. And finally age, that is integer. Close the bracket and semicolon. Don't worry if you don't understand the SQL statement at this moment. We will learn in detail about creating database tables, data types, SQL constraint in respected sections. To explain in briefly, students is the name of the new table we are going to create. ID, first name, last name, class and age are column names. Int, varchar are data type with data length given in the brackets. Not null and primary key are SQL constraint. This whole SQL statement will create a new table named students with all defined column names and data types and SQL constraint. Hit enter to create the new table. If you get query OK 0 rows affected, the new table has been created. Please note, create table statement creates only the students table but not the data. There is another SQL statement to add the data to an existing table which we will explore in next lecture. Now run show tables SQL statement again. And this time our new table name is displayed in the result set. Use describe student to get the information of the table structure. And you can see the information of the table structure is displayed systematically. The field names, data types, SQL constraint information is provided. Finally, let's delete the table using SQL statement drop table and the table name. Press enter to execute the SQL statement. And if you get query OK 0 rows affected, then the SQL statement was successfully executed. Now if you get the list of existing table using the SQL statement show tables, you can see the students table is no more in the database table list. In this lecture we saw how to create and delete a database table. In next lecture we will insert the data rows or records in our new database table.